scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
2nd and 10. They pitch it to Harris. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Trying with Pickett here on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The Steelers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in on a pretty...
Played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of 1st downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got the lead down running it pretty well, too.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The ball on the 8. Still could get a 1st down technically. 2nd and 7. Pickett will look to throw it here. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Come on.
Touchdown, Steelers. Miles Boykin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Like, where the fuck? Why are you facing the back of the end zone? Like, what the fuck?
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. You look at this Steeler defense.
They were fantastic a week ago in the win over Houston.
If I play a quarterback against this team, after what I saw on film where they had 5 picks last week, all I'm thinking about is taking care of the football, being very careful with it, and making sure I see my guys open before I throw it.
I might curl up in the fetal position.
That's not bad.
I don't think he's going to do that. He's got daylight. And they get him down, but not before he takes 18 on the keeper. First down. Throwing is Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. The defense is always talking about not letting Lamar Jackson get comfortable. A good job there on his opening drive of making him uncomfortable.
And you're talking about doing it so early in the game because all week long there's been anxiety on the defensive side of the ball. How do we keep this guy hemmed in? How do we tackle him? To get it done that early, that's got to feel great for them.
Third and 19.
Jackson now.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
The man in motion left here, Johnson. Now a first down carry for Harris.
Oh, a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Down at the 25.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On second down, this is Harris. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Second down, here's Pickett.
And it's caught. Touchdown!
George Pickens.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10.
A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Rock Ya-Sin. And the Ravens will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back to the ball a little bit, get things going, and also you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in the mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now a 2nd and 10.
To throw is Jackson.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Play action. Now Jackson.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try to figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one, angling for the sideline. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
On the give, this is Harris. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that.
shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? It shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
Much more room to operate under after the big play. Here's 1st and 10. Pickett sets up play action. Here's one deep for Pickens.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And in for the Steelers touchdown.
George Pickens.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So 20-0 now pending the extra point, and this place is jumping.
Yeah, you can feel it, can't you? You can also see it. You're seeing people in the stands now excited, happy, high-fiving each other, and expecting this score to continue to mount.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Duvernay now going to bring it out.
And running with power here.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse it. This is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
First down, here's Mitchell. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Here's Jackson.
They'll run the screen with Mitchell.
And he's brought down. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Mitchell. Oh, he's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the Steelers' 4-yard line.
Now it's Jackson. Steps away to his left.
There's Flowers. He's got it. Touchdown, Ravens.
4 yards on the touchdown grab.
And the Ravens get a bit closer.
Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
107 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Here's Pickett.
And he goes goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Pickett back to throw.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you?
Throwing on 3rd down. Here's Pickett. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
And Mike Tomlin going to roll up the sleeves here and say, let's go for it on 4th.
Now Pickett on 4th down.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. 1st down, Baltimore.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
2nd down and 4.
To throw again is Jackson.
That's complete. Left side to Bateman.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And that extra yardage makes this upcoming field goal attempt much more manageable.
Agreed, because when you talk to defensive coordinators, they always tell us the 35-yard line on our side of the field, that's the line we guard the most aggressively, because once they get there, they believe they're in field goal range.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first two quarters, they had two costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On second down, here's Jackson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
On third down, Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
They hand this off to Harris. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Roquan Smith, the All-Pro, the former Bear, is there to make the stop.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Justin Matabike there to bring him down.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Throw left side complete. That's Washington. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 14. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
It always helps when you get great run support from your safeties, and when you get one who can actually read the play and get upfield and shut it down before it gets going, that's exactly what you're looking for.
On second down, McFarland.
He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. On third down, here's Harris. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It's a gain of 5, and now the question, will the offense stay out there on 4th and 1?
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Boswell's kick is good, and they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7. Whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10.
He'll dump that one off to Mitchell.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And he's brought down. Another connection between the two. This one good for 12 and a first down. Here's Jackson to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick.
And the Steelers are going to take over here up near the 40.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Pickett. That's caught downfield by Pickens.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A gain there of 21 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the 4th, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 17-yard line.
Looking to throw. Pickett. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
3rd and 5.
Let's go now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Pickett will look to throw it here. He's got his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown! Najee Harris from 13 yards out. And the Steelers are closing in on a 4-1 start as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Steelers 31, Ravens 7. Chris Boswell to kick off.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Duvernay going to sit on this in the end zone, so it'll come out to the 25.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and
Jackson now.
at the 35-yard line.
And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson.
He completes it to Beckham. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss.
Did he get the feed down? Yes. Touchdown.
Rashad Bateman.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
They'll look to throw. He's got it. So they convert the 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Harris. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their
To the air on 1st down with Pickett. To the sideline and incomplete.
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Here's 2nd and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Here's one deep for Pickens.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Dialing up another pass here. Pickett.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Levi Wallace with a pick, and they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Pickett. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Throwing. Jackson.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
So a 4th quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner. And I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
No run back here for Duvernay. Touchback out to the 25.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but this...
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, 75 yards. And the Ravens are able to cut into that deficit. Jackson and the Ravens still on the field. They'll go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's going to get into the end zone for 2. And they're back within 2 scores. Down 15 now. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
And this doesn't work. The Steelers recover it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's got this to Pickens.
And in for the Steelers touchdown.
George Pickens.
His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Steelers tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Jackson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
First down, Ravens.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Jackson. Flush to his right. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. One last shot for Jackson. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Or, of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2. One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. It was an exercise in futility anyway. It doesn't affect the final outcome, and this one's over. Well, an interesting finish to this one. They get in the end zone at the end of the game. Then they went for 2. It wouldn't have mattered. The game was over, but they didn't get that 2-point conversion.
I think trying to get the 2 points, that was for pride for them. But obviously the guys on the other side of the ball had some pride too. They stopped the 2-point play, even though, as you noted, it did not matter. So both teams battled to the end.
So for Pittsburgh, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Nashville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.